Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next week to 10 days for today's second video. That's going to take us to around the 26th of April. We'll be able to extend out beyond that though with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, which runs to around a couple of weeks. That takes us just to the beginning of May. We'll also have a look at CFS V2 for the next month as well. Talking of the next month, we've just released our ECMWF 30-day update. So that's taken us into the second week of May. And a bit of a changeable period really across much of Northern Europe actually in the next 4 weeks. So have a look at that and see what's going on. Now, before we do anything else, I'm going to say about the competition. So we started our latest prize draw competition on Sunday. A couple of days in, we've had an overwhelming response. 140 entrants are now in the bag, waiting to be drawn out. So, drawn out of the bag. So, one person is going to win this fantastic prize, which teamed up with metcheck.co.uk weather instrumentation to bring you another giveaway. We're giving away the climate, temperature and humidity forecast station, worth £50. It's a wonderful prize, and somebody's going to win this on Easter Sunday. So we've got 140 entrants so far, still plenty of time to get your entry in. And you've got to be in it to win it. Somebody will win this on Easter Sunday. This forecast station will tell you the temperature and humidity both indoor and outdoor. It'll also tell you sunrise and sunset times, moon phases as well. So it tells you pretty much everything you need to know, and it can be yours for free if you enter the prize draw. Now, all you need to do that is email your name and local town or city to gavsworthies@gmail.com, or fill out the contact form on the competitions page at Gavsworthies. Also includes your country, and by doing that, you go into the prize draw. You'll get an email back saying that you've been put into the prize draw, and somebody is going to win this, as I say, on Sunday. This is open to international entrants as well, so if you live in an international country, then you can still enter the competition. We're happy to place you into the prize draw for that. All runners up are going to get a 15% exclusive discount code, and I'll reveal that code when we do the winner's video and also publish the winner's name on the competitions page on Sunday. So you'll get your exclusive 15% off discount code. So if you want to buy this temperature and humidity forecast station, you can use your 15% off for discount code to buy it, or you can use that code to buy any items at metcheck.co.uk weather instrumentation. The discount code will be valid for a month, so you have plenty of time to use it, and that's going to everybody who is a runner-up within this competition, because only one person can actually win the temperature and humidity forecast station itself. Big thanks to all of the entrants, good luck to all of you, and get emailing. You've got to be in it to win it, so good luck to everyone. Right, so let's get on with the forecast then, and we're going to start off with the GFS temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. On at London today, so red line here is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. Starting off pretty warm at the moment, warmer than average. Going to get even warmer though over the next few days. Temperatures lifting up through the end of the week and into the weekend as well. So I think by Saturday we could well be seeing temperatures around 24 degrees. That's 75 Fahrenheit. Positively summer-like, really, by the time you get through to Good Friday and into Easter Saturday. That temperatures are going to lower, so it will cool off as we go into next week, dropping much closer to average. Possibly going a bit more unsettled as well. So precipitation-wise, there's loads of dry weather coming up over the next few days, certainly up to the Easter weekend. But you see, we do bring the precipitation spikes back next week. There's still this question mark about Easter Monday. It looks like it'll turn more unsettled in the north and west on Easter Monday. But for southern and eastern parts of the country, we may well hang on to a good deal of dry and fine weather, even on Easter Monday. Any breakdown to this fine spell of weather that we've got coming up, probably not occurring in the southeast until like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. But it's a very, very closely run thing. So it is possible that Bank Holiday Monday could still be a rather cooler and more unsettled day for many of us. But overall, the weather does look as though it's set fair, certainly going into the Easter weekend. Warm, dry and increasingly sunny conditions on the way. So temperature anomalies from the 16th to the 24th of April coming out significantly above average for the UK for Ireland. In fact, for much of northern, central and western Europe, we're above average with our temperature anomaly from the 16th to the 24th of April. That might trend even warmer for the UK over the next few days. Precipitation anomalies looking pretty dry as well. The northwest of Scotland does look a little bit more unsettled there from the 16th to the 24th of April. But most parts of the country are looking dry, or drier than average anyway, in the next week. This is the GFS operational run for Good Friday. High pressures in over Scandinavia. We're pulling up these warm southeasterly winds. So again, lots of dry, fine and pretty warm weather coming up there. And that lasts into Easter Saturday as well. That looks absolutely superb for most parts of the country if you want dry, warm and sunny conditions. That's Easter Sunday. The ridge is just weakening a bit, but it's still there through much of England and Wales. Although for Scotland and Northern Ireland, it is just turning a little bit more unsettled in the northwest. But it's not until Easter Monday that we finally get an area of low pressure developing to west of Scotland. So it's going to bring cloud and rain into the north and west. But how quickly that spreads down to south-southeast is uncertain. It could well be that England and Wales hang on to one final dry day on Bank Holiday Monday before, by the time you get through to Tuesday, back to work, low pressure is moving in off the Atlantic then, probably bringing rain to many parts of the country. And then that takes into a much more unsettled spell through the course of next week. This is Wednesday, for example, next week, 24th of April. Low pressure's in over the top of the country there, so obviously showers or longer spells of rain would be likely. And we keep this low pressure churning away over the country as we go up to day 10, which is Friday the 26th of April. It looks unsettled and relatively cool with showers or maybe even some longer spells of rain. In more extended range, we try and build this high pressure back up from the Azores again. So this is 300 hours away, very long way off, Sunday 28th of April. The ridge is trying to build back up from the Azores high, bringing a lot of dry and fine weather. That's how we look as we get through to the end of the GFS run. It takes us to Thursday, the 2nd of May. We're clearly back under high pressure then. So any unsettled weather next week could be relatively short-lived. And by the time we get through to month's end and the beginning of May, we could be in for a much warmer and drier spell of weather potentially. This is the GFS parallel run. So again, we've got the high pressure in over Scandinavia on Friday, bringing up these warm, balmy, southeasterly winds. That takes us through to Easter Saturday as well. Easter Sunday, still under that ridge of high pressure, but it is weakening out to the north and to the west. Easter Monday, we've got low pressure developing out to west of Ireland. That could bring wet weather into the west. But again, many southern southeastern parts of the country could hang on to dry weather for Easter Monday until low pressure properly then takes over as we go through the course of next week. This is Wednesday 24th of April, for example. Low pressure is just off to the southwest of the UK and Ireland. It'll be throwing up bands of showery rain. No problems with temperatures. It'll be quite a warm air mass. Winds are up from the south or southwest. But certainly unsettled with showers or longer spells of rain. And that takes us up to day 10. Low pressure continues to be sitting just to the southwest of us, bringing up relatively warm southerly winds, but certainly a lot of April showers would be expected there, if not some longer spells of rain. In the more extended range, high pressure builds to the north of the UK with the parallel GFS run. Low pressure remains to our south. That's how we look as we get to the end of the GFS parallel run. So we've got high pressure sitting to our north, low pressure to our south. We're bringing up these sort of southeasterly winds. It's still be relatively warm, but still probably quite showery, especially so for England and Wales. Maybe even some thundery showers could be possible there. That's a long way off, of course. It takes us into the beginning of May. This is how the ECMWF is looking for Friday. Again, Good Friday. It's going to have a lot of dry, fine and warm weather to start the extended Easter weekend. And that's going to carry on into Saturday as well. Still a lot of high pressure influences for Easter Sunday too. High pressure sitting very close to us. But by Easter Monday, the high pressure beginning to pull out into the middle of the Atlantic. Low pressure is moving in from the northwest. Again, I think this does suggest that for the north and west, there could be some outbreaks of rain moving in from the Atlantic on Easter Monday. But for England and Wales, we might actually hang on to dry weather for one final day. But then by Tuesday, that low pressure is breaking through quite clearly, bringing showers or longer spells of rain to many parts of the country as everyone returns back to work. And then we go through into middle and then second half of next week. A low pressure just remains very close to the country. It's centred out to the west, so that's where the wettest weather will be, in the west, but driest weather will be in the east. But it's just a suggestion that it's quite unsettled as we get through to day 10, which is Friday, 26th of April. These are the scenarios that are on the table within the ECM ensembles today from the Icelandic Met Office at day 10, which is the 26th of April, 240 hours away. So we have 16 members of the ECM ensembles that for the 26th of April, day 10, have low pressure pretty much over top of the UK. So obviously they're very, very unsettled ECM ensemble members. The flow and the jet going something like that. Showers along spells of rain would be expected. We've got 14 that have the low pressure away to the northwest, and a ridge is building up from the Azores high going towards our east. That's pushing the jet stream a bit further north with those 14. So that's a drier, a warmer scenario. Probably not completely dry. You will still have influence from the low pressure out to the northwest, particularly so the Scotland and Northern Ireland, but it's certainly drier with these 14 compared to these 16. Then we have 12 with low pressure out to the south and west of the UK, and high pressure is up to the northeast. That includes the control and operational ECM runs, so that's the run we're just looking at. And then finally we've got another 9 that have low pressure extending in from the Atlantic into the UK and the jet stream going something a bit like that, so they're rather cool and quite unsettled as well. So at day 10, actually, it does look as though the ECM ensembles are very, very set for low pressure to be dominant and for things to be really quite unsettled. So that takes us to the end of next week, looking really unsettled indeed. In 2 weeks' time, these are the scenarios that we've got. This is taking us to 360 hours away. It's the 1st of May. And we've got 24 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure up to our north. They're probably bringing in unsettled weather still. Not as unsettled as a day 10, but still low pressure is in control and probably still got influence from the jet stream. There's 14 with low pressure out to the northwest on the 1st of May, with high pressure starting to develop close to the UK. So they can still be a little bit showery, but the jet stream is being pushed northwards with those ones. The most settled ensemble members, though, are the 13 that we've got just here, with high pressure building to our northeast, low pressure being blocked and pushed down with the jet stream to the south, and they're turning the winds into more of an easterly direction. So they start May on a drier and probably warmer note, at least away from the east coast. So by the time you get through to the end of April and the beginning of May, we might be starting to go back towards high pressure. But before that, it does look as though we're in for quite a lot of unsettled weather. CFS-V2, finally, so these are 500 millibar heights broken down into weekly periods. The first week period takes us from the 16th to the 22nd of April. The coming week dominated by high pressure sitting over and to the east and northeast of the country. Low pressure up to the northwest. The jet stream is up to the north and west as well. So lots of dry weather and pretty warm conditions too in the week ahead. But week 2 looks much more unsettled. This is the 23rd to 29th of April. A trough of low pressure then is sitting to the west-southwest of the country and south. High pressure is pulling out into the middle of the Atlantic and also moving away to the northeast of Europe. Flow and the jet is going to be going something like that, so on the cool side of the jet actually there. But with the position of the low pressure, the trough, would probably still bring the air up from a southerly southeastern direction. So I doubt there's any problems with temperature, but it would be a good deal more unsettled, particularly to the south and to the west. Week 3 is the 30th of April to the 6th of May. Above average heights beginning to rebuild down to our southwest. So the Azores high beginning to strengthen again. Low pressure being pushed north and west. Jet stream is probably rising north as well. That might be a bit transitional. Might start off still a bit unsettled, but trending towards higher pressure through the first days of May. And then by the time you get through to week 4, which is the 7th to the 13th of May, we're back under high pressure again. A ridge is sitting over the country, the jet stream's pushing northwards. So that's all changed again, back to warmer and drier conditions for the second week of May. So it all looks rather changeable, but the upshot is still really what we talked about in yesterday's video, which is loads of warm, dry, fine weather for the rest of this week, particularly as we're going towards the end of the week and then it's the Easter weekend. Turning unsettled next week. How quickly that turn towards unsettled conditions takes place will determine whether Easter Monday is ruined or whether we manage to hold on to one final day. But just beyond that, it does look as though all parts will be turning more unsettled next week, with showers along as spells of rain. Although the evidence is there, this is going to be a relatively short-lived spell of unsettled weather. By the time you get through to month's end and the beginning of May, the trend seems to be back towards high pressure once again. Finally, if you are enjoying the videos, please can you consider becoming a patron for Gaz Hobbies. We have 61 patrons so far. Hello and thank you to all of our patrons. If you would like to become a patron for Gaz Hobbies, all you need to do is go to the Gaz Hobbies Patreon page, sign up for a Patreon account, and you can pledge an ongoing monthly donation to Gaz Hobbies. It can be anything from $1 a month upwards. You will pool in with all the other patrons, and we'll say thank you so much for becoming a patron for Gaz Hobbies in the videos. You'll get a mention, you get a shout out in the videos, and that would be great. Thanks so much to all of our patrons. Alternatively, you can become a donor for Gaz Hobbies, and you can do that by PayPal. So this is the Gaz Hobbies PayPal page. You just come to this page. We link to both of these pages on the links on all the pages. Gaz Hobbies, not just the links page, but on all the pages. Gaz Hobbies, and the link is in the description at YouTube. You come to this page, sign into your PayPal account. Most people have one of those these days, and you can send a one-off donation to Gaz Hobbies. You'll get a mention in the videos again as long as you want one. If you'd rather stay anonymous, that's fine. Just leave a little note with your donation, or when you sign up to Patreon, leave a little note, tell us you'd rather not have mention. But otherwise, you will get a shout out in videos. We'll say thanks so much to you for doing that. And yeah, that's absolutely great. So thanks so much to all of the patrons and all of the donors for Gaz Hobbies. You're helping us pay for our website and keep the content online. We're primarily ads funded and will be remaining so. There's no question of going behind paywalls or anything like that. It's just an added extra revenue stream to help us pay for the channel. There are various reasons why ad yields are declining year on year, but I won't go into now. I'm sure you're not interested in that. But the upshot is we're not getting as much money from the ads as we used to. So we just ask that if you can give us a donation, then please do that either by becoming a patron or through PayPal. Right, that's it for today's second video update. Maybe back this evening with something on the London Marathon. I had a couple of people ask me on Twitter what weather's going to be like for London Marathon. I think it's within the time frame of the GFS now, so why not? Why not do an update for the London Marathon if anyone's interested in that? Be coming up later on today. Tomorrow got the 5-day forecast, another week to 10-day video update. I think we're up to update number 6 for Easter as well tomorrow. So all in all, it's going to be quite an interesting day's viewing tomorrow. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.